So in this video, I will be mentioning the top 10 best communist leaders in history. In my opinion, these are names from all around the world, by the way, so don't get confused if I say some unfamiliar names. Number 10. Deng Xiaoping. He was the successor to Mao Zedong in the Chinese Communist Party. His reforms turned China into a market-based global economy, which led to China being the second largest global economy. However, these reforms opened up China to foreign investment in technology, which to some extent led to China moving away from its Marxist Maoist ideals. Number 9. Fidel Castro. He was the leader of the socialist revolution in Cuba. He is in my list because of one particular reason, that he has always mentioned good relations with the USSR. Number 8. Ho Chi Minh. He was the president of the Viet Cong or North Vietnam during the proxy warfare in Vietnam. The Viet Cong was supported by the USSR and the Democratic South was supported by the US. His Marxist beliefs and handsome face helped the North win. Number 7. Leonid Brezhnev. He was not the most famous, but definitely an important figure in communism. The Brezhnev Doctrine, which basically solidified the single party communist rule in the USSR, was one of the great things he did. He also reduced tensions by signing the 1972 SALT Agreement, which limited nuclear missiles along with the US. Number 6. Mikhail Gorbachev. He was the last leader of the USSR, and although he is accused of introducing reforms too quickly, he was a great leader. His policies of perestroika and Glasgow helped in restructuring of the Soviet administration, which led to reduction in expenditure of the arms race. He was a great leader, and his will of resigning and allowing disintegration of a superpower for the freedom of his people was an amazing thing. Number 5. Friedrich Engels. Before you dislike the video and call me an anti-communist, bear with me. Marx was a founding father of Marxism. Marxism was massively based off of Marxist beliefs. However, Marx was a conservative in my opinion. Engels was the one who mentioned the elimination of the state in the form of withering away. Marx and Engels were best friends, but their political extremity was different. Engels was a bit more radical than Marx and thought that eliminating the state would lead to the elimination of the bourgeoisie. Number 4. Mao Zedong. The great Mao led the Chinese Communist Party during the Civil War and briefly during World War II. His Maoist policies and the Great Leap Forward helped in agricultural and economical development of China. He was one of the earliest members of the CCP as well. Number 3. Leon Trotsky. He was a conservative who later turned to the Bolsheviks. Trotsky's handling of the Red Army during the Civil War and moral upliftment of the Red Army during the Civil War as well made him one of the best communist leaders in history. He was supposed to succeed Lenin as the leader, but Stalin outplayed him. Number 2. Joseph Stalin. Stalin was one of the most brutal, but at the same time the best dictators of the 20th century. His purges in Gulag oppressed the Soviet citizens even more and caused famine too. But he led the USSR through its toughest times, like World War II and the beginning of the Cold War. Number 1. Vladimir Lenin. Undoubtedly the best Marxist leader of all time. His Oriental skills and radical thinking made him one of the best revolutionaries of the 20th century. His decisions of new economic policy and Marxism-Leninism were great, only if he had the time to settle the new economic policy. He died shortly after the formation of the USSR. Thus, the Soviet people didn't get time to settle to a Marxist way of life, as described by Lenin. I have not mentioned Karl Marx in this list for a reason. He was a conservative. This was since he didn't call for the dismantling of the bourgeoisie and didn't give all the power to the proletariat. Still, he was one of the best Marxists for me too. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed and see you all in the next video.